If you love someone, but you're not allowed to be with them, then you'll understand the story of KAGUYA HIME, the princess who had to return to the moon in a quiet bamboo forest in ancient Japan. An old bamboo cutter named Okina stumbled upon something that would change his life forever. On a silent night, just like any other, he saw it, a single stalk of bamboo, glowing with an otherworldly light. He whispered to himself, "Light, why is this bamboo shining?" With a mix of fear and curiosity, he carefully split it open. Inside, no bigger than his thumb, was a tiny baby girl, radiating a soft, gentle light. Shaking, he fell to his knees. "God of the sky, is this your gift?" He knew he couldn't leave her. He tenderly wrapped the baby and took her home to his wife, Ona. They named the child KAGUYA HIME, the Shining Princess. From that day forward, their lives were touched by miracles. Every time Okina went to the bamboo grove, he'd find stalks filled with gold nuggets and precious gems. Their little hut became a grand mansion, and they became wealthy beyond their dreams. But their hearts remained simple, filled only with love for their new daughter. Her grace was famous throughout the land, but behind her captivating smile, her parents could see a hidden sadness in her eyes, a sorrow she could never explain. Soon, news of KAGUYA HIME's extraordinary beauty spread far and wide, reaching the ears of the most powerful men in the land. 5 noble princes, each convinced they were worthy of her, arrived at her home to ask for her hand in marriage. One declared, "I will make her my empress." But KAGUYA HIME, with a calm and distant gaze, had no intention of marrying any of them. To test their sincerity, she gave them each an impossible quest. "If your love is true," she said, "then bring me treasures that no mortal can obtain." She asked for the Buddha's stone begging bowl, a jeweled branch from the mythical island of Horai, the colored jewel from a dragon's neck, a robe made from the fur of a fire rat, and a cowrie shell born from a swallow. The princes, blinded by their desire, set off. But their quests were doomed from the start. One tried to cheat with a fake, another spent his entire fortune and returned with nothing. One by one, they all failed, proving that their proposals were not born of true love, but of pride. KAGUYA HIME remained, as she always was, alone. KAGUYA HIME looked down, her eyes filling with tears, as she finally spoke of her secret pain. Your Majesty, I am grateful for your mercy, but I am not of this world, and I am not destined to remain here. The emperor, though saddened, heard the truth in her voice and did not press her further. He understood that some things, no matter how much you want them, cannot be forced. Then, on a night filled with the brilliant light of the full moon, Kaguya Hime's composure finally broke. She wept inconsolably in her parents' arms. Her father Okina held her close, his heart aching. My child, what is wrong?" Through her sobs, the truth spilled out. "Father, mother, I am so sorry. I came from the moon, and on the next full moon, my people are coming to take me back." Okina and Ona fell to their knees, their world crumbling, with tears streaming down his face. Okina looked to the heavens and shouted, "No, I will fight the heavens themselves to keep you on the fateful night of the full moon." The emperor, loyal to his promise to protect her, sent 2,000 of his best soldiers to surround Kaguya Hime's home. But as the moon reached its peak, a strange and powerful light descended, bathing everything in an ethereal glow. The soldiers were blinded, their weapons useless, frozen in place by a force they couldn't comprehend. A celestial carriage appeared, and emissaries from the moon floated down. Princess One said, his voice echoing like a distant bell, "It is time to go home," as they placed a shimmering feathered robe over her shoulders. All of Kaguya Hime's earthly memories and feelings began to fade. With her last moment of human emotion, she turned to her weeping parents. "Father, mother, my time living with you was my only happiness." She quickly wrote a final letter to the emperor, attaching a small violin elixir of immortality. Then, without a backward glance, she rose into the sky, vanishing into the brilliant light of the moon. The heartbroken emperor read her letter. He held the elixir that promised him eternal life. But what was an eternity without the one person who had touched his heart? He took the letter and the elixir to the summit of the highest mountain in Japan. "A life without her," he said quietly to the sky, "is not a life at all." He set them both on fire. Legend says that the smoke from that fire continues to rise from the mountain's peak, a constant message of love reaching for the heavens. And that is how the mountain got its name, Fuji, the mountain of immortality. The story of Kaguya Hime teaches us that the greatest love isn't always about being together, but about treasuring the moments you had, even when faced with a heartbreaking farewell. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales from history and legend.